Now to a FOX23 investigation. This is a little concerning. Diseases resistant to modern medicine.
Yeah, FOX23's investigative reporter Jenna Clark has a look at the threat of superbugs.
I had a great life. I started playing football at 12 and went to the greatest university, Mississippi State.
A true bulldog on and off the field. Johnny Cooks was a star linebacker for Mississippi State in the early 80s. He was drafted into the NFL. He won a Super Bowl title with the New York Giants.
A person come from the Mississippi Delta, which is the poorest part of Mississippi. You know, that I outlived every dream I ever thought of.
The former professional athlete never imagined he'd end up here at Baptist Memorial Hospital in Memphis, where he's been ever since last August.
I woke up that morning, I couldn't breathe, and I was having congestive heart failure.
His condition has gotten so much worse. Doctors amputated his legs and some of his fingers to save his heart and vital organs. Then, because his immune system was down, he became infected with a bacteria called Pseudomonas. It can cause pneumonia, and it's resistant to nearly all antibiotics.
When you're that sick and have a bunch of lines and tubes and things that we have to do to get you through those times, those things go through the skin and can get infected.
Dr. Steve Threlkeld is one of Johnny's doctors. He says people in hospitals and other healthcare facilities are especially vulnerable to what's known as superbug infections. Why? Because they tend to already be sick or immunocompromised, like Johnny.
It's unlikely to cause an important life-threatening infection in a normal, healthy, younger person walking around town. But if you're in a healthcare system, particularly chronically, and have those kinds of problems, it can be a deadly issue.
Superbugs are strains of bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi that are resistant to most antibiotics and other medications. The CDC recently issued a warning about a drug-resistant strain of fungus called Candida auris. It's spreading in healthcare facilities across the U.S. As superbug infections become more common, Dr. Threlkeld says it's critical to cut down on unnecessary antibiotic use.
When we give unnecessary antibiotics, again, for common colds and viral infections, which they really don't help, then we're doing nothing but helping those germs be exposed to those antibiotics, and it gives them a reason to work on getting resistant, and after time, they do.
He also says proper hand hygiene and sterilization in hospitals is important. In Johnny's case, Dr. Threlkeld says treatment was especially tricky because of the health problems he was already facing. Now Johnny is on the road to recovery.
Once he finally woke up and got in the game, it was just a matter of saying, that's where we need you to go, and this is how we need to get there. And then the extraordinary guy that he is, he took over, and you just can't really hold him back.
Johnny says his faith in God and support from his family and friends is what gets him through.
Even though I have no legs now and I have my hands, I'm happy and blessed to be alive. So, I can be able to be with my family still, and I'm not depressed. I mean, I go through hard days, but I look at the big picture. I'm still alive and able to go be with my family and things like that. So that's the best part of my life right now.
Once Johnny fully recovers, doctors say he'll go to rehab, where he'll learn to walk again with the use of prosthetic legs. Doctors say his recovery process has been remarkable. They expect him to be able to leave the hospital sometime soon. Covering news that matters, Jenna Clark, Fox 23 News.
Wow, wishing him the best in his recovery.
Yeah.